Prada's new shoes spark debate. Inspired by Punjabi Juttis or cultural appropriation? Prada's latest footwear sparks debate over cultural appropriation. In a striking turn of events, Prada has once again captured the spotlight with its latest shoe release, which bears a striking resemblance to traditional Indian footwear. Just weeks after the brand stirred controversy with sandals inspired by Kolhapuri chappals, it has now unveiled a new design that echoes the classic Punjabi Jutti. This newly launched shoe, part of Prada's fall collection and priced at a hefty $1,450, has drawn significant attention from the Indian fashion community. Many observers have noted that the design appears to be a familiar style repackaged for a high-end market. The similarities to the Punjabi Jutti, a beloved slip-on shoe with roots in North India that dates back centuries, were quickly highlighted across social media platforms. While Prada touts the shoe as original and unconventional, fashion enthusiasts from India have pointed out its defining characteristics. Pointed closed toes, minimal seams, a slip-on design, and a color palette that aligns more closely with traditional aesthetics. Punjabi Juttis are typically made from leather and often feature intricate regional embroidery. They are commonly worn during weddings, harvest festivals, and religious ceremonies throughout India, with simpler versions also serving as everyday footwear. Although juttis do not have a formal geographical indication or GI tag like Kolhapuri sandals, their historical significance is profound, tracing back to the bustling markets of Kasur, now in Pakistan, and the opulent royal courts of Patiala. Notably, styles such as the Tilla Jutti, embellished with gold thread, were favored by both Mughal and Sikh royalty. In contrast, modern juttis tend to embrace vibrant colors, bold patterns, and elaborate decorations, showcasing a contemporary twist on this traditional footwear. This latest release comes on the heels of the previous Kolhapuri sandal controversy, which prompted Prada to issue a public statement and engage in discussions with artisans in Kolhapur, Maharashtra. In response to the backlash, the brand has made subtle adjustments to its promotional content, including the addition of phrases like "inspired by Indian artisanship" in its Instagram posts. But here's where it gets controversial. Is it fair for luxury brands to draw inspiration from traditional designs without proper acknowledgement or compensation to the original artisans? This question opens up a broader discussion about cultural appropriation in fashion. What are your thoughts on this issue? Do you believe that brands should be more transparent about their inspirations? Share your opinions in the comments. India beckons Western fashion brands, navigating cultural sensitivity. India's allure for Western fashion brands is undeniable, but their cultural missteps can come at a hefty price. The recent Prada sandal debacle is a prime example. When Prada showcased its menswear collection in Milan, featuring sandals with toe rings and intricate stitching, it sparked a heated debate over cultural appropriation. Many in India recognize these sandals as Kolhapuri chappals, a traditional Indian footwear with a rich history dating back centuries. Prada's initial silence on the matter, describing them simply as leather flat sandals, ignited a fierce backlash. Critics accused the brand of erasing Indian artisans' legacy, and Prada eventually acknowledged the inspiration behind the design. This incident reflects the fashion industry's complex relationship with India's crafts and culture. India's luxury market is booming, with an estimated growth from $7.73 billion to $11.3 billion by 2028. This growth is driven by a diverse range of consumers, from industrialists to digital entrepreneurs, all seeking more than just logos. Major brands have taken notice, investing heavily in India. However, some brands struggle to understand India as a cultural dialogue rather than a commercial opportunity. Indian inspiration is integral to Western fashion, but accusations of cultural appropriation have intensified due to increased internet access, social media, and a growing sense of cultural pride. Incidents like Gucci's Indie full turban controversy and Reformation's Lula top collection, which resembled Indian lehengas, highlight the need for brands to acknowledge and respect Indian heritage. H&M's long camisole set also faced criticism for its resemblance to traditional Indian attire. It's not just labels. Fashion rental companies like Beckons have also faced backlash for misrepresenting Indian heritage. The rise of social media platforms and Gen Z's zero tolerance for cultural insensitivity have amplified these issues. India's rich artistic traditions, from chintz to paisley, have long inspired global fashion, but their origins are often overlooked. India is not just a source of inspiration, it's an integral part of luxury fashion supply chain. Despite this, Indian artisans' creations are often labeled as made in Europe. This erasure, according to industry experts, reduces India to a manufacturing hub while Europe reaps the cultural and economic benefits. The backlash against Prada was about more than a sandal. It was a reaction to a long history of under-acknowledgement. Homegrown Indian designers are making a powerful impact on the global fashion scene. Western celebrities like Cardi B and Zendaya were embracing Indian designers, showcasing their unique language and ideologies. The Kolhapuri chappals that inspire Prada represent the ingenuity and artistry of Kolhapur. These sandals, crafted from buffalo hide and tanned with vegetable dyes, are a symbol of Indian heritage protected by a geographical indication tag. Some Western labels, like Dior and Nike, have shown a more thoughtful approach to engaging with Indian audiences and artisans. Dior's landmark runway show in Mumbai celebrated Indian artistry, featuring traditional motifs and collaborating with local ateliers. Nike's collaboration with Nor Black Nor White was also well received, showcasing ancient tie-dye techniques. While these steps are encouraging, there's still a long way to go to ensure genuine recognition for Indian talent and traditions. India is not just the next big luxury market, it's a cultural powerhouse, and brands must treat it with the respect and equity it deserves. Prada-Kolhapuri Row, India to get due credit for its design. Imagine this. A global fashion giant gets called out for copying a traditional Indian design, and the Indian government steps in to claim what's rightfully theirs. Welcome to the Prada-Kolhapuri chappal controversy, a tale of cultural appropriation and intellectual property rights that has the world talking. But here's where it gets controversial. Union Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has made a bold statement about India's stance on protecting its unique cultural products, and it's got everyone's attention. Let's dive in. In a recent address, Piyush Goyal announced that India will finally receive the recognition it deserves for its distinctive cultural products, thanks to the newly inked Free Trade Agreement, FTA, with the United Kingdom. Goyal didn't hold back when he brought up the Prada-Kolhapuri chappal debacle, emphasizing the government's commitment to safeguarding and promoting India's unique cultural heritage on the global stage. When a worldwide brand appropriated the design of our beloved Kolhapuri chappals, the Commerce Ministry sprang into action, Goyal declared. Moving forward, whenever the Kolhapuri chappal is exported, India will receive the credit it deserves for its design. It is, after all, India's GI product. But what exactly does this mean for India's cultural products, and how will this newfound protection play out on the global market? Goyal shed some light on this, revealing that numerous international brands are eager to partner with Indian products and market them worldwide. Many global brands are expressing their desire to associate their names with India's products and sell them in global markets, he said. The Kolhapuri chappal, for instance, has the potential to rake in a whopping 8,000 to 10,000 crore in the international market. Now, let's rewind to the heart of the controversy. Luxury fashion house Prada found itself in hot water after featuring sandals inspired by traditional Indian designs in its spring-summer 2026 menswear collection in Milan. The brand described the sandals as leather sandals, carefully avoiding any mention of their Kolhapuri origins or the traditional manufacturing techniques that make these chappals so unique. Prada's defense? They claimed no wrongdoing, asserting that they had not used the word Kolhapuri or any GI-related tags in naming, marketing, or displaying the sandals. But here's the kicker. Prada received a 500 crore legal notice from Lidkar, a Karnataka government-backed body that co-owns the GI tag for Kolhapuri chappals. The notice accused Prada of selling, advertising, marketing GI-registered goods without proper authorization or permission, which seriously violates GI rights of my client and attracts civil and criminal offenses. Talk about a fashion faux pas. Prada's legal team, however, maintained that the company had drawn inspiration from Indian footwear that had not used the Kolhapuri name or traditional methods. IP law experts in India weighed in, stating that design inspiration alone does not constitute infringement under current legislation. Borrowing the style without using the GI name in trade does not necessarily violate GI provisions, explained Priyantha Himani, founder of an IP law firm. Unless Prada markets or sells these sandals using the word Kolhapuri or implies the link to Kolhapur's craftsmanship, there is no legal recourse, she added. And this is the part most people miss. The Prada-Kolhapuri controversy raises important questions about cultural appropriation, intellectual property rights, and the global fashion industry. It's a complex issue that touches on everything from traditional craftsmanship to international trade laws. So, what do you think? Should global brands be held accountable for appropriating traditional designs? Or is inspiration fair game? The debate is on, and we want to hear your thoughts. Share your opinions in the comments below, and let's discuss.